Hey guys, don't forget to hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you can be notified every time I come up with a new video. Hi guys, what's up? Thank you so much for coming back. I'm Arpita and I welcome you back to the Crazy Wisdom. Alright, so today it's time for our compatibility video, and today we're going to be talking about how compatible are the dark, the deadly and the very dangerous Scorpios with the rest of the zodiac gang. So what are we waiting for? Put on your thinking caps and your wisdom boots. Let's get on and shoot. Alright, first and foremost, Scorpio and Aries. Now, when these two get together, the aspect of fun goes really down because an Aries is a completely extrovert, outgoing, and a fun loving individual, and they do not think twice before actually letting their hair down and enjoying. Whereas a Scorpio is a very, very guarded person, and he does not want to let his guard down and let his sort of a protective shield down before the scenario is very, very private. They actually enjoy the most in their inner circle only. Love again suffers here because a Scorpio is a very, very passionate individual, and they have multiple layers to their personality and to their emotions, and when it comes down to expressing themselves romantically, an Aries just cannot handle that because they are they're like an eternal kid. They're very transparent and they're very in your face sort of a person, and they cannot do so much analysis and so much investing emotionally in a relationship for such a long time that a Scorpio prefers and wants. So it again suffers. Now work here can work for a while because both of these signs are uber passionate people when it comes to achieving their dreams and targets. But after a point of time, a Scorpio's extensive analysis and research and investigative, sort of a personality goes beyond an Aries because they just do not understand that why this person is not acting on that research or acting on that project. And Aries are just the opposite. They're absolute go-getters. So overall, also this compatibility does not strike that chord. Now, when a Taurus comes in the picture, the aspect of fun goes really high up because a Taurus is the exact opposite of a Scorpio, in the horoscopic cycle if we see. And a Taurus has all those qualities that a Scorpio internally longs for and desires for in their partner. Taurians are extremely patient and steady and calm and composed when it comes to, letting their hair down or enjoying with their loved ones. They do not want to blabber about it in front of the world. They're also very cautious about romance, and they actually hold the number 2 position of the most passion-seeking signs of the zodiac after a Scorpio. So a Scorpio is the only one person that can provide that kind of a commitment and passions and permanence in the relationship that a Taurus actually seeks, and therefore it works magically well. Work again works wonderfully well because both of them are very, very careful planners. A Scorpio is a completely research oriented person who would take control of all the background work and the background whatever analysis needs to be done in a project, whereas a Taurus is a completely money making mind out there, and they are pro at finances and they're pro at building a stable foundation for the both of them. So they amalgamate pretty well together, and it is like the two sides of a coin when come together make a whole. So overall this compatibility is a magical one, and these two when come together cannot get over each other anytime soon. Now when a Gemini enters into the picture, the aspect of fun again takes a backseat here because a Scorpio sort of flows and a Gemini flies. A Scorpio is a very smooth, a very easygoing, a very controlled person who takes whose every step is very, very measured. Whereas a Gemini, on the other hand, just does not listen to anyone, just does not see anyone when it comes to, letting their hair down and enjoying, and they do not want to stop when they start. Whereas a Scorpio does not, understand these ways. So it does not work. Love again suffers here because a Gemini is just not able to understand the deep-rooted and the stable, passionate and extremely emotional ways of a Scorpio, and the kind of possessiveness that a Scorpio brings in the relationship. A Gemini is just not the person for that. A Gemini is just too much involved in 20 different directions to actually sit back and handle those extreme emotions. So it does not work again. The area of work again can see major fights and quarrels because a Gemini is a complete, let's get out there, talk, communicate, travel, and try every other thing possible before we come to a decision sort of a person. Whereas a Scorpio just does not take a step out of the line before they have analyzed and researched about that one topic from 10 different point of views. So it again does not work, and overall this compatibility again fails to strike a chord. Now when a Cancerian comes into the picture, well, these two can actually experience one of the most amazing things together, because both are smooth, both are watery, both are flowy, and both are an ocean full of emotions. Love for both of them is passion and a lifelong commitment, where they try to, find out and bring out the best in each other, rather than just go out and try for a new relationship every few months or every few years in order to find the best one. Work again for both of them is a very, very planned and a very, very analytical procedure, where they have to put in a lot of sound decisions and a sound analysis before investing into something or before taking important decisions. And therefore again, this is a magical match and they work exceptionally well together. Now when a Leo comes in the picture, well, the points that match here are that Leos are loyal and so are Scorpios. Leos love the concept of being in love and falling in love, and so do Scorpios, and that is that. These are the only two strong reasons because of which these two signs feel that strong initial attraction towards each other, and post these reasons, sort of settle down, everything else is fights and quarrels and a lot of power struggle. Because both of them are fixed like anything, both of them are dominating like anything. No one can sway the other person from their point when they decide to do something, and both want the center of the stage, but in their own specific ways, which are absolutely contrasting to each other. And at the end of it all, the Scorpios desire to sort of possess their partner, and their desire to keep their partner for themselves and with themselves for life sort of kills that Leo's energy and that Leo's fire, because they are the kings of the jungle and they do not want to listen to anyone. And Scorpio does not like their partner to dominate them at any cost. So this is a very dangerous combination, and these two signs are best left alone and without each other. Now when a Virgo comes in the picture, the aspect of fun definitely goes up, because the Scorpio's innate nature of staying out of that crazy crowd and observing and scrutinizing those people enjoying without a thought of tomorrow and what they have to do with their life is exactly what a Virgo appreciates. They want to remain out of that superficial drama that is not going to last long, because they know that the next day when they wake up, they have to get down to work. And both of them want to remain in their senses for that, and that is where they click really, really well. Love again works really well here, because the time that a Virgo requires before entering into a relationship where they actually analyze their partner and weigh all their options is exactly the time that a Scorpio needs to judge their prospective partner and to weigh them across all platforms before they actually enter into a commitment for life. The only problem that this bond can face in the long run is that a Virgo is too practical and realistic. They are too involved in their daily routines and their daily lives. They sort of do not reciprocate the amount of passion that a Scorpio wants in a relationship, and therefore this can be a problematic scenario. Work again works brilliantly here, because the foundation that both of these signs have is the same, at looking at a problem or a project or a situation that they are caught in. A Virgo just needs to understand and appreciate here the Scorpio's desire to get down to the root of things and analyze everything very, very properly before they can implement anything or take an action over anything. And this can sometimes cause a little bit of a trust issues from a Virgo side, because they can become restless. But other than that, overall this relationship works. Now when a Libra enters into the picture, the aspect of fun can be a little tricky initially, because at first a Scorpio may find it really difficult to open up to an extremely social Libra. But when he actually does, then a Libra's sort of very charming and super attractive personality sort of holds the interest of the mystery seeking Scorpios pretty well. Love can be very, very dangerous and hugely tricky here, because once a Libra comes out of their comfort zone and starts to flirt casually, which they are pro at doing and they cannot resist themselves from, that is the time when a Scorpio actually loses their cool and they can get down to any level to sort of take revenge from their Libra partner, because being flirty is something that a Scorpio just cannot stand. This is 360-degree away from a Scorpio's personality. Work here works pretty well, because a Scorpio's extensive research and analysis and a hugely rich data bank can actually find a very, very perfect shape in a Libra's practical business ideas, and these two can really reach heights together. But one thing that they need to be careful of is of power struggles, because once both of them decide to rule the stage, then no one can get them down from there. So overall this is a good to go match, and it falls somewhere in the middle. Now, when we talk about two Scorpios coming together, well, this relationship has more cons than pros because although there is no one else in the entire world who can understand a Scorpio and their emotions better than another Scorpio. But when these two actually get together, their needs and expectations from each other become much more than their duties towards each other. And it's like you have a person exactly like your own self right in front of you, with the same set of limitations, with the same set of problems, and with the same set of emotional needs and expectations like you have. So, where is the other part of the relationship? Where is your counterpart? Where is that person who can grow you out of your problems, who can alter you into a better person, which actually happens in all normal relationships? So, these two have a difficult time with each other, and these two coming together is a very tricky combination. It seldom works well. Now, when a Sagittarius comes in the picture, obviously fun and love do not work here because a Scorpio finds a lot of immaturity in a Sagittarian's reckless and tactless and not thought about actions and decisions, and this does not go down well with Scorpios who are too stable and too mature for the kid-like and fun-seeking Sagittarians. Work again suffers a lot here because a Sagittarius is a preacher. They have so much knowledge that at one point of time they become too closed and they do not listen to anyone else offering them anything because according to them they are the best at data collection and information dissipation, whereas a Scorpio has nothing else but a bag full of research and knowledge and analysis to offer to the other person. And when these two are not receptive to each other, then nothing can work out, and actually nothing does work out when these two get down to actually put in their thoughts and ideas on a work or a project, and therefore overall this relationship does not work. Now, a Scorpio and a Capricorn, well, this relationship starts off really slowly because both of them are sort of introverts and rigid and stuck in their own ways, and neither of them can initiate things that well. But once they actually hit off, they are unstoppable together. Both are serious to the core, both are planned to the core, and both are the ones who believe in putting in efforts in the relationship to bring out the best of each other instead of just going out and finding out other things and other people to get along with. And one of the most interesting things about this relationship is that because a Capricorn wants to rule the stage, but they have such a sober, mature and gentle way of asking this from a Scorpio, that a Scorpio very readily and very very happily takes the rulership of the entire background work and the entire background research and analysis that is to be done. And they fit in so well, and overall this is again a very very good compatibility. Now, a Scorpio and an Aquarius, well, not at all. Even if these two match at all other possible levels in the world, there is one thing between them that will never allow them to come on one single page together, and that is the fact that a Scorpio is one of the most passionate, one of the most emotional, and one of the most possessive signs of the relationship in the zodiac belt, and an Aquarius is the complete opposite. They are the most emotionally detached people that you would come across, and they stay away from emotions and commitments as the day stays away from night, if we have to put it like that. And no matter how much they gel together at any other level, when this thing will come in, they will break apart like anything, because for both of these signs, these things are their life and breath, and they cannot stay away from their basic traits, and therefore they cannot stay together at any cost, and thus this relationship does not work. Now, lastly, when a Pisces comes together with a Scorpio, well, the aspect of fun goes way up, because who else can enjoy those long silent walks on the beach hand in hand more than a Scorpio? Because both of them are waterborne signs, both of them are very deep emotionally, and both of them sort of realize pretty well the importance of us time and companionship in a relationship, rather than just going out and blabbering about it in front of the world. Love again works brilliantly here, because whenever a Pisces need their time off from a relationship or from a situation, and they want to go out and retreat with themselves, in order to grow themselves again, in order to re-energize them, no one but a Scorpio will wait for them with full 100% commitment, because only a Scorpio is another sign who understands the need of me time more than a Pisces, because they stay with themselves as well for the longest period of time. re-energizing them and rebuilding them from the ashes. And therefore, again it takes a positive turn. Now work can be a little tricky because a Pisces needs to become a little more mainstream for the Scorpio, and a Scorpio needs to build their creativity and imagination a little more for a Pisces. And if this happens, then their cumulative efforts can bring out huge success for both of them. So this is one area that can be a little tricky and touchy, but if handled gracefully, this relationship works. Alright guys, so with this I put a wrap on today's video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a cool thumbs up right underneath it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel in order to remain updated with all the latest news on zodiacs, astrology and motivation. With this, I'll be meeting you again too soon, but don't forget to be crazy and wise until we meet for the next time. I'll see you guys sooner. Bye bye.